Administrators can view and gather helpful information about how their queues and queue agents are performing. Let's take a look at how to access analytics in Control Hub and an overview of what's available to view. Once you've logged into Control Hub, go to Analytics and click Customer Experience. At the top are tabs for Queue Stats, Agent Stats, and Live Queue Stats. Here is where you select which date range you want to view the data for. Use the Filters area to narrow your results by location and/or queues. First, let's take a look at the Queue Stats page. Key Performance Indicators, also known as KPIs, are available at the top of the page to show you a quick, high-level status of incoming calls and queues within the date range that you selected. The Incoming Calls for Queues charts show a breakdown of queue statistics by incoming calls. Use this chart to see how queues are handling all the incoming calls to your organization. The Average Call Time per Call charts show a breakdown between the average abandoned and average wait times from incoming calls. Use this chart to see how long callers had to wait before hanging up the call or getting transferred to an agent. The table shows the top 25 queues with the most calls by a specific status, and this table shows the top 25 queues with the highest average wait and abandoned time from incoming calls. The Queue Stats table shows details of queues set up in your organization. Use this table to see the number of incoming calls to queues and the status of those calls. You can also search for specific queues, locations, phone numbers, and extensions by using the search bar. To save an individual chart, choose a chart, click the More button, and then choose a file type. If you choose CSV, you'll export all of the data for the selected report. If you select PNG or PDF, you'll get a copy of the data shown on the screen only. Next, let's take a look at the Queue Agent Stats page. Like the Queue Stats page, the KPIs are listed at the top to show you details about the calls that agents handled during the date range you select. On this page, you can filter by location, queue, or supervisor. The Average Agent Call Time per Call chart shows, on average, how long each call lasts by their call status. Use this chart to see if callers are getting the help they need in a timely manner. The Incoming Calls to Agents by Call Status shows a breakdown of incoming calls to agents based on the call status. This helps you see if there are more bounced calls than usual. The Active Agents Trending shows a trend active agents over the selected date range. This table shows the top 25 agents with the most answered or bounced calls, and this table shows the top 25 agents with the highest average talk or hold time. The Queue Agents table is where you can find details of all the agents that are assigned to queues in your organization. Use this table to see which agent gets the most calls and information about their calling stats. You can also search for specific agent or workspace names, queues, and locations by using the search bar in the table. Finally, let's take a look at the Live Queue Stats page. The KPIs show you all the current incoming calls and what their statuses are to help you monitor queues in near real time. The Live Queue Stats table shows details of all the queues set up in your organization. Use this table to see which queue gets the most calls and adjust the number of agents as needed.